All right, what is up? What's going on? What y'all doing? Let's talk.
Don't play with me. Don't play with me.
Hopefully you know by now that we are having a good time. We always have a good time at patreon.com/AdrianExpression. Another podcast episode is coming out on Tuesday over there, so you definitely do not want to miss it. Thanks as usual to the patrons for their input and for their topic suggestions, as we always discuss whatever they want me to talk about over there. Also, they occasionally help me pick the topics that I cover over here on YouTube, so make sure you check out patreon.com/AdrianExpression. Links to that and my other YouTube channel are in my description box. So let's talk about Beyonce's return to the stage. She performed in Dubai, and I'll talk about that in a second because a lot of people had a lot to say about that. I feel like it was a very vocally focused kind of performance. And also, there were no songs. If I'm not mistaken, she did not perform any songs from Renaissance. I'm sure she's probably thinking like, I'm not performing none of these songs, none of these Renaissance songs. Y'all gonna have to come to my tour to see that shit. Like, I'm sure that's what it is. There were a lot of really cool moments, but some of the moments that stood out to me, and even though like apparently nobody was supposed to be recording, but everybody, this shit is all over the internet to the point where some of the vocal things that happened in that performance is starting a trend on TikTok. And so, yeah, one of the cool moments that happened was when Blue Ivy came out there and was performing down, and Beyonce was just like, all right, now not too much. Now don't give these people too much because they're gonna have to pay double the price if you're gonna be up here doing choreography as well. So she said, we perform for this hotel. I'm gonna make sure that they understand if you want Blue Ivy to do any type of 8 count or anything like that, you're gonna have to pay double the price. But yeah, Blue Ivy came out for Brown Skin Girl. It was really cute. And she was just like getting her client together. Blue Ivy always gets her client Beyonce together, and it is hilarious to watch. I thought it was funny that people were saying that the things that were on the dancers' hands here reminded them of that hot dog scene, or that hot dog fingers universe from Everything Everywhere All at Once. I was just like, y'all are so unserious. And also what she did with Countdown in the beginning, what she did vocally with Countdown, I'm just like, oh my God. It was just kind. And the grand finale with Drunk in Love, like what she was doing there vocally, and how the fireworks were going off in the stage and the smoke, and I was just like, I don't want to put what she was doing vocally in my YouTube video. I don't know if they're gonna clock me for copyright, but it sounded beautiful. Now, there were a lot of people who are saying that it kind of felt like a slap in the face that Beyonce, especially after, you know, the whole Renaissance thing and the whole, you know, how she highlighted the LGBT community with that project. They felt like it put a bad taste in their mouth because she was performing in Dubai. Because from my understanding, in Dubai, you can be punished with the death penalty for same-sex acts or whatever, for being queer. So they felt like it was a slap in the face. But my thing is just like, if we're holding that standard across the board, right? That you can't perform anywhere or you can't do anything in any country where there's homophobia in the laws. I just think, I mean, there are anti-trans bills, anti-queer bills in our fucking government, right? So I just think if we held that standard across the board, that nobody would be performing anywhere at any time. Like, I mean, obviously there you can make any kind of valid critique you want, but I'm just saying there are queer people in Dubai, you know? The civilians, the citizens there may not, as we can see clearly here in the US, may not be feeling the same exact way that their government feels about shit, right? So I don't know. I'm opening up the floor. I'm sure the comments are gonna be filled with like a bunch of debate on this topic, but I mean, yes, we could talk about governments profiting and what they do with that profit or whatever. But I'm just saying, if we're talking about like governments with anti-black or anti-queer laws and shit like that, and we hold that standard across the board, I don't think anybody would be performing anywhere, not even in the United States. You see what I'm saying? So let me know what y'all think about that. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this, but apparently somebody fell at Drake's concert. Like, it was at the Apollo. I think it was like from a 2nd-story balcony or something like that, fell right into the crowd. Drake paused the show for a second, made sure that everybody was okay. But apparently the guy was all right. I don't know. I saw some reports that the person was intoxicated as hell, which makes sense. I also saw some reports, I'm not so sure how true it is, but that the person was taken to the hospital, but that everybody was fine. But I'm just like, I cannot imagine falling from, like, I would really be thinking my life was over at that point. I'm glad the person was okay, but if I fell from any place like that, I would be thinking like, oh, I'm gonna break my neck, like it's over. And at a Drake concert? Anyway, speaking of something else that happened at a Drake concert, apparently when they were leaving the venue, the police were standing right there recording everybody that was coming out of the event space. And I'm just like, girl, this shit is crazy. I saw some people saying that, oh, well, they could be searching for people who got warrants, just scanning. I saw some other people saying that they're doing surveillance at like rap concerts and stuff, but I saw other people saying that they're doing it for facial recognition kind of technology type of shit. And I'm just like, that to me, all three of those reasons make sense, but I feel like, especially if you're going to be recording people and holding on to all that data, using up your memory in that iPhone, like I feel like I haven't done the research on it, so you know, but it would make a lot of sense that they're using it to enhance their facial recognition technology, like feeding all them faces into the AI, making sure the AI can do what it needs to do even more efficiently than before. So I don't know, I just think that's weird. Like I said, I haven't done any research on it, so I would have to really confirm, but it would not surprise me if they're using that shit for facial recognition technology. And that is scary as hell. Like, I already know it's all that shit is out there. All your information's out there. Like, girl, we are in 2023. But just to see it happen like that, and to see the cop just standing there just with his smug ass, you know, smirk on his fucking face, it's just really fucking weird. And then to not know that that's even happening in the first place, and you're walking out of a venue and there's a cop's phone in your face, that's just really weird, really weird. So I don't know. If anybody knows more about that, just leave that shit in the comments. But I feel like that's definitely something we should be aware of. I don't know. Like I said, I know we get recorded all the time in everyday life, but that shit is, it's 2023, like I said, but that's weird to me. That's really weird. So speaking of something else that's weird to me is that apparently M&Ms, the company, had to, or felt like they wanted to, felt like they needed to, which honestly, when you get into the situation, I don't think they should have, but whatever. I guess they're trying to make the most money with the least amount of division or whatever. But they apparently hired Maya Rudolph as their spokesperson instead of having the spokescandies that we all have seen for so long. They said, America, let's talk. In the last year, we've made some changes to our beloved spokescandies. We weren't sure if anyone would notice, and we definitely didn't think it would break the internet, but now we get it. Even a candy's shoes can be polarizing, which was the last thing M&Ms wanted, since we're all about bringing people together. Therefore, we have decided to take an indefinite pause from the spokescandies. In their place, we are proud to introduce, of course, Maya Rudolph. We are confident Miss Rudolph will champion the power of fun, blah, 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 blah. So apparently the issue was that they had changed something or done something to these spokescandies characters that they use in the commercials. And people were complaining, well, I guess Fox News, Tucker Carlson, whatever, and then from there went on into the conservative circles, obviously. But people were complaining that M&M's spokescandies is too woke or something like that. This comes from the New York Times. In January 2022, M&M's gave the aching feet of its two female spokescandies a break, replacing the green M&M's heels with flats and swapping the brown M&M's stilettos for smaller, more comfortable heels. This decision to some was an injustice. So apparently Tucker Carlson was saying this: M&M's will not be satisfied until every last cartoon character is deeply unappealing and totally androgynous. Until the moment when you wouldn't want to have a drink with any one of them. That's the goal. When you're totally turned off, we've achieved equity. They've won. And I'm just like, girl, what? Changing the heels to smaller heels or heels to flats is going to make what? And why do you need to be attracted to an M&M? Wait, and why did the heel, if you're attracted to an M&M, a fake ass, cartoon ass M&M, or if you're trying to be, do the shoes make that much of a difference? You're already trying to be attracted to a fucking M&M. You said, when you're totally turned off, we've achieved equity. They turn you on, Tucker Carlson? They're supposed to turn you on? I thought they're supposed to get you to the store to buy M&Ms. The article continues, the candy's new look was not exactly at the top of Mr. Carlson's concerns. The clip received some mockery from his political opponents and most people moved on. But this month, Mr. Carlson declared that the woke M&Ms have returned after Mars introduced a new purple M&M to the roster and the others got a new look. The green M&Ms, this is what he said. This is what Tucker Carlson said. The green M&Ms got her boots back, but apparently is now a lesbian maybe. And I don't know how he came to that conclusion. I don't know how he came to that. And there is also a plus-sized obese purple M&M, he said. So we're going to cover that, of course, because that's what we do. So I don't know what the hell is going on. I guess the backlash was so concerning to the M&M's company that they were just like, well, we're gonna hire an actual spokesperson. I'm just like, girl, y'all should not be even giving a fuck about what these conservatives think about that shit, but I guess to these big companies, money is money, and so they're just like, girl, the least divisive thing, the better. But if it was me, I'd be like, bitch, fuck Tucker Carlson. Fuck these conservatives, girl, what? That shit is crazy. They are fake ass cartoon ass M&Ms. Get out my face. Get out my face. But yeah, to close out the video, we could talk about the fact that Google apparently laid off 12,000 people. And this is apparently following a trend that's been happening in the tech industry where they're just laying people off. World Socialist website says, with the announcement by Google parent Alphabet of 12,000 layoffs, the attack on jobs in the tech industry has been taken to a new level. So they're just saying the corporate elite is pursuing its attack on jobs and living standards. And while the CEO of Google wrote, we've already sent a separate email to employees in the US who are affected, workers in New York City reported they learned about being laid off when they arrived at work on Friday morning and were denied entry into the company's corporate offices. I saw some of these images on social media. Apparently some people were let go on, business trips and they had no idea while they were at client dinners. No warning, no notice, not a single human interaction, someone here is saying. So it's already crazy, the job market, the economy. But then for companies to be so inhumane when they're firing, it's just so bizarre and so unnecessary. This happened when we saw Elon Musk take over Twitter. It's just like, okay, it's already terrible what y'all doing to these people. It's already terrible, right? But at least give these people a heads up, let these people know. Give them some kind of warning, give them some type of human interaction when it's going to happen. It's just like, it already feels like you're getting on a battlefield when we're talking about jobs and job markets and economy, like I said. So the least you could do is treat your employees, who, by the way, without them, you'd have nothing. Treat them with some kind of respect, act like they're human beings, right? So yeah, I thought that was absolutely wild. I thought I would just let y'all know. Thank you so much for watching the video. Love y'all so much. Make sure you check out my Patreon, like I said, and my other channel. And make sure that you have a good goddamn evening.
Yeah, you could blow me, I ain't the only, you so lonely, insecure, they don't control me. I ain't the only, press the hole and worship me. Yeah, you could blow me, I ain't the only, you so lonely, insecure, they don't control me.